Hey guys, so today I wanted to get on here for a little bit and talk about quarantine and mental health. Throughout this quarantine, I have been going through this self-growth type of journey, and I want to share some tips with you guys on how to keep your mental health up during quarantine and how to stay safe in your brain. That didn't make sense. I thought it would come out better than it did, but I'm just gonna share a couple tips with you guys about mental health and quarantine. So yeah. I also want to say I am in no way a professional, a health professional. This is just some tips that I thought of, or some things that helped me that I thought I would share with you guys, because it put me in a really good place now. Because in the beginning of quarantine, I was a little bit all over the place, but it helped me get into a good space. So I just wanted to share it with you guys, because I know that there might be other people out there that are struggling with the same things that I struggle with. So yeah. So my first tip is to feel your feelings. Now, what do you mean when you say feel your feelings? Usually, I know for me, when I'm feeling some type of way, or like I have certain emotions and I don't know how to control them or anything, I just try to compress them or keep them down, or try to do stuff to distract me from feeling what I'm feeling. And I feel like this time was a time that was given to us to figure ourselves out and to feel what we're feeling. So I feel like in quarantine, this is your time to like scream, cry, like act out whatever you need to experience. You need to experience it now. So I feel like a way to do that is, just sit with yourself. Don't like put your phone away, put all the stuff away, turn the TV off. Just be like, hey mom, hey dad, whatever. I need some time to myself, and then just sit with yourself and just think, really just think about how you're feeling. Just acknowledge first the fact that you're feeling this way, and then just think about it. And it will lead to a totally new discovery. Okay, this is the second tip, but it kind of bleeds into the first tip, but I just wanted to separate it because why not? But the second tip is that anytime you're feeling some way, anytime you're in your feelings or feeling some type of way, or have something that's heavy on your heart, you should write it down. So that's something that I learned to do because I was going through something and I didn't want to like when you're going through something and you've talked to your friends about it enough and you don't know like who else you can go to next. I just decided like, okay, let me just write down every single thought that I'm feeling. So I would start with one thing, and the more that I wrote things down, the more things that would come to my mind that would help me to understand my feelings. So that's another way that you can honestly feel your feelings, is to write it down, because writing it down and seeing it on paper just helps with your thought process and understanding your feelings to me. And also another thing, after you write it down, go back and reread what you wrote, because sometimes when you reread what you wrote, it can help you to think of other things, and also just to understand it, to internalize it, and to acknowledge the fact that, okay, this is how I'm feeling, I understand. Another thing for me that really helped during quarantine was staying away from my phone. So I know it's gonna be hard. It was hard for me too, but it honestly made me feel better. Like trying to do things around the house, like doing my chores, coloring, painting, but just limiting my phone usage, because I felt like when I was like on social media or just like trying to find things to entertain myself, I was either not acknowledging the fact that I was feeling this way, or I was just like, sometimes it made me feel worse because it felt like I was alone, or I was the only one, like seeing everybody else's lives, and I was just like, it didn't make me feel good. So I would suggest like to limit your phone usage, and also like your Netflix usage too, because I found that I was watching Netflix and I was getting enjoyment and happiness out of the shows that I was watching, but when I was sitting with myself, I wasn't happy. Like it gave me a sense of false okayness. I don't necessarily think that that's like a word, but basically it made me feel as if everything was okay when it really wasn't. Not saying that things were terrible, but I just wasn't acknowledging the fact that I was feeling a certain way, and I wasn't trying to like deal with my emotions, and I was just trying to compress it more and find happiness in fairy tale lives instead of trying to find happiness in my own life. So yeah. Another tip that I have is to get out of your living space. Not saying that you have to like try to go and do something like go to the grocery store or anything. Just like if you have like a porch, someplace you can just sit outside, or go for a walk like around the block, in your neighborhood, you know, any place that you can go just to like get out of your living space and just breathe. Like walk around. If you live in an apartment building, I don't know, walk the floors, walk your lobby, go sit in the lobby, just like change your surroundings so that you can just have time with yourself, just in yourself. Like when I go for my walks, I just embrace the nature, and I just like, I walk and I just think. I don't necessarily like think about the things that I'm trying to understand about myself and feeling, but I just think so that I can just have a break. It's almost like a moment of peace or a moment of serenity, kind of, you know, just having a time to just, you know, breathe and relax and just be. So yeah. And one thing that I strongly feel that you should not do is don't sleep every time you just like, don't go to sleep every single time that you just can't handle your emotions anymore. That was not good when I did it, because some nights I couldn't face how I was feeling, so I just went to sleep. But it was like okay, in my dreams like I'm good, but when I woke up I was reminded, hey, hello, hey, I'm your feelings, hi, I'm in your face. So I just feel like, I'm not saying, you know, like how people say I don't want to go to bed mad, don't do it. If I'm not saying that you have to be completely cured before you go to sleep, but I'm saying like write your feelings out before you go to sleep, before you go to bed, just so like you can go to sleep peacefully. I just feel like that just totally set me back, because I was just like, I became more mopey, like I was tired even after I woke up, because I was like, ugh, feelings, you know. So I feel like not going to bed upset or going to sleep in order to escape your current state of mind is not healthy. So I don't think you guys should do that, so don't do it. And finally, like if you get to a certain point where you're just not, you know that you need to talk to somebody, talk to that person. It could be your family members, it could be a friend, it could be a significant other, anybody. If you have somebody that you trust, somebody that you know will understand where you're coming from, or just is willing to listen, talk to them. Like don't feel that the feelings that you're feeling are not significant enough for you not to reach out to somebody, because it doesn't have to be like the biggest issue in the world for you to reach out to somebody. If you really feel something heavy on your heart and you know you just need to get it off your chest, even if it's like something little, just talk about it, because keeping it on your chest or keeping it on your heart is not going to make you feel any better. It's not healthy, and it trains yourself. Okay, I believe that it trains you to feel like your problems are not significant. Not saying that everybody's problem is the biggest in the world, but it'll train you to like feel like just because you have this issue, it doesn't matter, because there's bigger issues in the world, when your issue matters to you, and that's all that matters. If you're in a mental state where you can't deal, or you need to talk to somebody, because being with yourself is not enough. You can't only work with yourself at that point. So I feel like you guys should also talk to people if it gets to a certain point where you feel like you can't handle it alone, which is okay. Everything is not meant to be handled alone. Like at some point in time, you're gonna have to reach out to somebody, and it's okay. So do it. Be healthy. Let's live healthy lifestyles together. I got to this point you can get to this point too. It took some tears, but it's okay. Because you know what? The way that you feel in the end is gonna totally be worth it. So take that time now during quarantine to dedicate to getting your mental together, getting it all together up there, getting in touch, heart, mind, and soul, getting that all together so that when you come out of quarantine, you can be out here getting A's. You're gonna be out here getting that job, getting that promotion, getting that degree. You're just gonna be a go-getter. After this, once you get this together, everything else will fall into place. Everything else will fall into place. Because once you know who you are, you're unstoppable. And that's on period. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm glad that you guys tuned in. I think I want to make more kind of videos like this, like tips, mental health type stuff, because I just feel mental health is like very important. And I'm a mental health advocate, even though my mental health was not always together. Hello? But I still support mental health, positivity, because, you know, sometimes I could be a negative Nancy, and that's not cute. You don't want to be negative Nancy. Negative Nancy's not cute. So, yeah. I kind of went on a rant there, but thank you guys so much for watching. I feel like I have something else to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in my next video, and thank you. Why did I say that twice? Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in my next video, and yeah, BAIGUYS.